Are you stacking your efforts? Are you stacking? Are you building them up? Hey guys, how's it going? So, times like this, you've got to be building up on your skills. You can't just be good at one thing, although it helps. The more things you can do, the better your lawn results will be. Now, some of the main things you can do are regular mowing and regular watering, but at different times of year, there are different things you can do to improve things and make things even better. There are also some things that you really shouldn't be missing out on doing. Really important that you get all these things cracked on. Now, if you like these videos, give us a thumbs up, press that subscribe. Let's crack on. Now, sure as night is day, things don't stop growing, things carry on. How you deal with that determines the outcome. So in today's video, what we're going to be doing, we're going to be carrying out a bit of a tidy up as we do several times a week. And then we're going to be putting some products on because it is really hot. Today is planned for 30 degrees. So you're going to see what I've got planned for that coming up. Let's crack on. So I'm actually mowing on a medium height here, which is setting number 3 on my mower, which is approximately 40 to 50 mil. You'll notice that I'm actually going over the lawn twice, and it's just to make sure we pick up as much debris as possible. Now, as we're just about coming into autumn, you're going to start seeing a lot more leaves dropping off the trees now. So it's important that you get those leaves up as often as you can. When it comes to striping your lawn, you need to be able to bend the grass over in one direction and then bend it in the other direction coming back up the next stripe. And a lot of people use a mower that has a roller on the back. This is my Swordsman, which is really heavy. But you can see this big, gigantic steel roller on the back. Now, the more times you mow over your lawn with this, the more enhanced and the more defined the stripes become. If it's a decent mower and it's nice and heavy, you might only need to go over your lawn once. But if you actually go over the same stripes twice, you'll be amazed how much of a difference it makes. I have recently started going over this lawn 4 times, and it really does make the stripes pop. When you're trying to put stripes in, one thing you want to do is try and make them nice and straight. And it isn't easy. What happens is your eyes tend to look down, and they tend to look down where the wheels or the front or a portion of the mower is. And what you're doing, you're actually going off track. Now, you need to look where you're going, which means casting your eyes over towards the end of the line that you're actually mowing and keep your eyes firmly focused on it. It's quite hard to get used to doing that when your brain's telling you to look down, but try it. You'll trust me and thank me for it later. Okay, so that's good enough. I'm pleased with that. You could just leave it at that and be done. But the other thing you've got to do, especially during the heat, is water. You have to water well. During the heat, you want to be watering 2 or 3 times a week, nice and deep. Longer, deeper waterings are better than short, frequent waterings because the water goes further down and the roots have to push down to seek out the water which is seeped down, which makes it a stronger, healthier, happier grass plant. And this is what it's all about. Obviously, when it's really hot, there's no harm in just putting a bit of a light misting on just to cool things down a bit. But in general, your main waterings, mornings are best, nice and deep, 2 or 3 times a week. Now, of course, there are things you can do to make life even better. You can put other things on, products, to help and make your lawn pop and go that little bit further than what it normally does. You are going to need a sprayer of some description. You've got these Oregon backpack sprayers. These are all right. These are all right. They average between 30 and 50 pounds a sprayer. You can probably find cheaper ones. But this has worked well for me all of last year and it does the job. Then, if you don't want to pump with your hand, you can get an electric backpack sprayer that's got a battery inside. This is a Flowzone battery sprayer. and it makes life so much easier. So I will always choose this over that, depending on the situation. I've got a big lawn to do, I'll be using this just to make life easier. So what you want to do first is put some water in this, fill it up, and walk across your lawn in a normal walking pace and see how many litres you use on your lawn. And then you know how many litres of water your lawn needs. Then you have to get your products depending on what it is and work out, depending on the application rate, you can determine how much of this you need to put on. So we're going to put in some emerald green on, which is a wetting agent, plus a few other goodies that help the health of the plant, stop it from getting so stressed, and help hold water around the roots, which means you go from a brown stressed lawn to a nice lush deep green lawn in as little as 1 to 2 weeks. With watering, it brings it back so much faster and so much better. So that is what we're going to do. I know my lawn takes 4 litres, so we'll get 4 litres in. You see, lawns get hot just like us, and it's nice to cool down every now and again. Always make sure you're wearing your gloves. So 4 litres of water. Will do. Bit of emerald green. I've got it here in bulk. Now you don't have to be super accurate, but please follow the instructions. Seaweed up to 50 ml per litre of water. So I want about 200 ml with my 4 litres. That's near enough. Then we can get some high nitrogen in. This is 4600, but anything where it's higher in the N will help to give a bit of a green boost, a bit of a pop. This is in addition to normal sort of balanced fertilizers, because we're just starting to turn into autumn very shortly, where it'll need more of a balanced fertilizer, but this is getting towards probably one of the last few chances to make it pop. Now, please read the instructions for whichever high nitrogen fertilizer you use. This is a commercial one from my supplier, and this can go on up to 4 grams per square metre. 70 square metres, so that's about 280 grams. And we're at about 250, 260, which is fine. So that is my little concoction. We'll give it a shake and we'll get it sprayed on. What you want to do as well is take more care around places that are more stressed, particularly around trees, because you can see where the roots come out and they're taking out more moisture. And finally, the most important part of any lawn care routine is you and what you do. So you've always got to give it a really good watering in. What you don't want is these products evaporating in the heat. So it's important that you water in as soon as you possibly can, however you need to do it. So at the minute I'm doing this section by hand, and that bit will be on the sprinkler. But I want to make sure every bit gets just a tiny bit of water straight away, and then we'll get the sprinkler going, because I don't want any areas to evaporate. So a bit of a quick watering in by hand and then set everything going. Eventually I will get some sprinklers installed. Now you will notice areas which are more stressed than others. It could simply be areas where people walk. I'm getting wet through. The water's just gone off. Get the timer on for another 10 minutes. So yeah, it could simply be areas of stress which are related to walking on the lawn. This was looking pretty stressed a week or two ago. So we put some products on a couple of weeks ago, which seems to have brought most of this back to life now. It's the hose lock. That's probably my favourite out of all the ones I've tried. So, have you enjoyed this video? Has it helped? Has it given you any tips which you can use in your lawn? Comment below. Let me know if you've used any of my tips and how your lawn is looking. I want to know. Questions, comments, please leave them down below. A thumbs up would be absolutely amazing. And if you want to, please press that subscribe button. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.